Hi there, welcome to Funding by Alex. Today I would like to talk to you about micro versus macro in startups. So, balancing micro and macro. So, the question we are looking to answer is why do some startups fail despite having great vision? So, they struggle even though they are focused on profitability. The answer here is balance, looking for balance between the macro, so the long term, and the micro, which is the more short term operational stuff. So the macro side is basically the long-term vision. This is something you learn in business school, or dot on the horizon, work towards your goals, set long-term goals, and a strategy to connect this to action. Then market positioning, scaling potential, all these things are part of this macro thing. This is actually thinking about tomorrow, not about today. Micro is today, macro is tomorrow. Then the potential pitfall is if you're too focused on vision. So you have all these smart people in your company. Maybe you hire a lot of C-level people that are on the thinking side, not so much on the execution side. You become basically top heavy. You burn a lot of cash. Maybe the business model that you have developed doesn't work in practice because you haven't been able to test it because you don't have enough doers in the company. So this is something where you already plan your 5 year plan basically without having any proof of concept ready or when you're ready basically to scale. So this is the danger of focusing too much on macro. So too much is always everything you can too much in front of is a bad thing. So I'm trying to warn you here, and let's move on to micro. So this is more about daily operations. So you're talking about unit economics, cash flow, efficiency, and also metrics like customer acquisition costs, CAC basically, LTV, which is lifetime value of a customer, margins, and of course your burn rate. So how much money you're actually burning while growing the company. Pitfalls here, of course, that you have list myopia, where you are trying to focus too much on daily operations. This is usually in the first stages where you can say, oh, you can overanalyze and actually have a beautiful strategy, but no doers, or only doers and no strategy. So, both are not ideal. The micro part is probably less bad because eventually you can still make it into something. Add some strategy to it, basically add some long term thinking. The daily operations, however, can develop in a way that it might be counterintuitive to what or counterproductive to what is good for the long term of the company. So micro is basically where you're actually doing it. You're meeting customers. You are getting traction. You are building the product. You are launching it. You're shipping it. You are doing what makes the company money, what makes the company tick, basically. So this is something that can also be detrimental, like I said, if you lose sight of the long term, which is the macro side. So basically, to solve this, to bring both together as such, basically, you have the two lenses framework. So you are looking at how does it impact my daily operations? How does it fit into my daily operations? So is it actually something that my daily operations can handle? And the second thing is that you have to ask with everything is impact on the long-term strategy. So does it impact my long-term goals? Does it impact my the long game is? So the impact on macro and the impact on micro. Micro are your capabilities at this moment to put it together, of course. So then very important is to have clear KPIs for both micro and macro. So let's say micro, you can, for example, look at metrics like customer acquisition cost or lifetime value of a customer. And the macro side is basically more, the customer retention, for example, or market share. These things are more esoteric for, the micro part of it, but the macro part would, you can measure what, how well you're doing there. Then it's also something that is quite common for to make a split. Yeah? There has to be someone in the company who thinks about today, and there's someone in the company who thinks about tomorrow. I work for a startup which unfortunately didn't fare very well. They didn't make it in the end, but they had a very clear view of this, where someone was They had the president and the CEO. So the president was actually the one who focused on tomorrow. So he had the long-term goals in mind, and the CEO was the one who focused on today. So this is the way they split it. And normally, CEO leadership team would be macro, so more on the long-term side of things, and then the operational team, so the people below that. He's talking maybe vice president level, or could also be a C-level person. But I mean, normally these operational people are the ones who are focusing on the day-to-day, making things real, that working towards how can the company develop. That is basically what the macro side will do, and the micro side is actually making it work today. That is what the difference is. I always love this one. This is the vision without execution is hallucination. So that is not mine, but I borrow that saying, of course, from someone very famous. Um, it illustrates what vision alone brings you if you don't have execution to back it up. And on the other hand, only execution without vision, it leads to stagnation, meaning there's a point of diminishing returns where you are not getting back, or you're maybe overtaken by someone who is applying vision to it. So it's actually doing what you do today. You're managing something rather than being an entrepreneur and actually developing the company into a certain direction. Most successful companies are not doing the same thing. If you are stuck in the same thing, eventually you will be overtaken. There are very few business models that stay the same and stay stable, basically. That's something that goes the way of the dodo then, which is extinct. So uh, again, you need to balance the long-term and short-term strategies. Long-term being, okay, what can the company become? And the short term is, of course, how can I make it work? How can I make it real? How can I make it work today? So this is the conclusion of this video. I would like to invite everybody who would like to have more information about how to balance macro and micro, basically, to reach out to me in the credits. It's the end of the video. I hope you liked what you saw, and don't forget to like and subscribe. In that case, feel free to reach out to me. I run a consulting company called Golden Dragon Capital, which is a division of PT Kaya Abadi Sejahtera. It's an Indonesian consulting company. My email address is alex@goldendragoncapital.co. So not .com, but .co. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.